Good morning. I don't know what it is, but I can never get the lighting right. And even like this, like the camera is like that, and it irks me. Anyways, it is 11:21, Friday the 28th. So I got to bed at like 4 in the morning because I'm silly. I woke up at like 9:30, and then I woke up to three or four missed calls. Because I didn't put my phone on charge, obviously. Now, some good news. I made it into the emergency response team at work. I didn't originally get in. I actually got rejected maybe, I think it was like Friday last week. But some things happened and now I can do it. So, fucking winning. I've been trying to get into the emergency response team nearly all of my mining career. The only trouble is with someone of my background that always moves around, the issue is that it's like everywhere you go, there's a massive waiting. There's a massive line to get into emergency response team. It takes ages, and every time I ever came to the front of the line, I was leaving, so there was no point in doing it. So, like, and it's a pain, and it's literally happened everywhere that I've gone. I think maybe the first year of mining was when I didn't even know I could apply for it, to be honest. So yeah, anyways, so that's something that I can finally be able to check off my list, getting into the emergency response team. It's just an amazing opportunity to learn some lifelong skills in case you ever need them. What more could you want? I mean, and it's free, and work's paying for it. So, look, and plus I get really bored and I like learning new things, as you can tell. Now, more. So have I been So I did that call. I'm booked in for next Tuesday to do my medical for it. Yeah. Anyways, so the rest of the morning, have I done anything else? No. I was watching some videos on a song that I want to learn how to play on guitar. And then I went and had I've just gone and had a shower. I had a shake because I'm training with my little brother at about 1 p.m. So I live half an hour outside of town, and I want to get the half an hour early, so that way I can warm up. I want to do some deadlifts before we start training the rest of the pool day. So that's the plan, because I think deadlifts is like the last on the trifecta for me to add in. It's just one of those, I'm not very good at it. I suck at it. And historically, it's one of the things that has caused me pain in the past. So obviously, if it causes me pain, I generally just don't do it. But I'm pretty happy with my body's progression at the moment, to the point of, we started bench pressing. We started squatting. The last one's just deadlifting now. And then that's all of the basic compound movements covered. Deadlifting is a fantastic exercise. I hate doing it. I might have to do an adjusted grip, because there is like an octagon thingy that you stand in. Usually that's a lot easier for me on my shoulders, so I might just do that one. We'll see how we go. I don't know if the gym has one of those octagon cage thingies. So yeah, anyways, that's the plan so far, thus far. Now, I felt like I had something else to say, but I just can't remember. I should probably do the mindfulness post, though. So this morning, I'm grateful for I'm grateful for the ERT person at work. oh, not person. I'm obviously just choosing not to say names here. I'm like I am grateful for the ERT coordinator for picking me to join the emergency response team. Obviously, a bunch of people, like, it was a 50% chance to get in, or maybe even slightly less than 50%, because we just had so many applicants, and there were so many different criteria that had to be adhered to as well. So, and it really would have been easier to give it to somebody else, because they don't have to mess around as much as what they do with someone like me. But I'm really, really grateful for the ERT captain or coordinator for picking me. I mean, like, they could have chosen one of the other 15 applicants or whatever, but I fucking got it. And I'm really, 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 really grateful for it. Like, I'm super lucky, hey. And it's just a dream come true. It's just one of the things that I've always wanted to do, but I've never had the place to do it or the chance to do it, and everything is just lining up. Even my boss, he's shuffling things around, and he said to me, it's not a fact that you can't ever do something. It's more like, let's think about how we're going to make it work. And I'm like, that is, like, honestly, and even my boss, I really, really appreciate him. He is an amazing human being. Honestly, one of the best bosses I've ever had. Yeah, because it would have been honestly easy. Like, it would have been a lot easier to not proceed with me, but I've got people in the works that are just making it happen, finding out ways to make it happen, and geez, like, I'm so grateful for that. One compliment I can give myself today. You know what, dude? You made it through the first 2 months of the year. I think today's the 28th. Last day of February. You haven't had any fucking soft drink yet? And that is awesome. That's enough. That's an extra 50 experience points. That's what that is. So yeah, good job, man. Good job. Key focus points for today. I've got gym with my little brother. Guitar and reading. I don't know why, but when I'm outside of work, I always struggle to find a time slot for them, I guess you'd say, because I build a work routine. But that routine doesn't exist on days off because it's a different structure. So I always it's usually in the afternoon I try and slot things in, but I'm actually going to try and slot in guitar before I go to the gym, which is about half an hour. Because I just find it, like, no one's home right now. It's great. I can film in the living room and no one's home. Both my housemates are in Brisbane for a doctor's appointment. So, like, now's probably the best chance. But even yesterday, like, more things to appreciate. Like, I was playing guitar when my housemate came home with the kids, and then she told the girls, "Hey, Uncle Ling Ling's playing guitar right now. Let's keep it a bit on the quieter side until he's finished." Like, little things like that. Like, I really appreciate things like that. Not that it would have bothered me, but, like, just the thought behind it of, hey, you know, he's focusing on something, just give him a bit of space. And then the fact that the kids actually listen to that, another amazing thing. Like, there is so much in life that to be grateful for, and it's just all those little things. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. Now, so anyways, back to the whole scheduling thing. So that's the plan, guitar first. My friend from Sydney has just flown up, and she wants to go for a run, and which is awesome because, like, you know, she's probably one of the people that inspired me to get into running. Amazing human being. And so we're going to hopefully go for a run maybe this afternoon or tomorrow. She asked for tomorrow, but I just said that it's going to be 6 in the morning if it's going to be tomorrow, because I have to drive to Brisbane at 7 a.m. So we'll hopefully we can do a run session before she leaves. Other key focus points for today: keep working on my coding. It's just a little side project at the moment, but it's really, or I don't know if fun's the right word, but it'd be funner if I had better computers or more screens or something along those lines, but I have none of that, and it's just a bit fucking challenging. I've realized that I don't know if the Garmin part of the code is actually working. I've realized that instead of fetching the new data from the Garmin API, it seems like it's just reading the data that's already pre-existing in the configuration file that I made. The configuration file was set that way because the Garmin data, because I've already got pre-existing totals for the year. It'd be different if I was starting from scratch and I wanted to disregard everything that I've done. But I put a lot of fucking hours into counting all that time, so I'm going to milk every last minute of it. So you subsequently load the data into the configuration file. When the script runs, it pulls from the configuration file and goes, all right, these are essentially zero. Like, this is what I want to call zero. And then the new data gets added on, and then that's how it gets calculated. I don't know if it's actually doing that though, because I need to do some testing today, actually, if anything. I need to just run the script a bunch and just test. Now, I wanted to read something. I'm reading Tribe of Mentors. I've probably mentioned it 1,000 times. The book is looking a bit worse for wear. I've got the peeling corner there. But you know what? And I've still got the price tag on, because I'm terrible for not taking price tags off things. I just don't care. But like, the book comes literally everywhere with me. Like, it will sit in my car, it will sit in my bag, it will sit in my gym bag. It gets abused a lot. But you know, I think it's all just a matter of perspective. It's like the whole getting a kiss every night is getting a kiss every night is great, except if you're in prison. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's just different perspectives in how you look at it. Like, people might go, oh no, I'm abusing the book because I'm not looking after it. Well, look, yes, you're not wrong. I can't disagree with that. But I look at it in the sense of, you know what? It's not just something that sits pretty on the shelf. I take it everywhere with me, and you get wear and tear. You get holes in pants from fucking using, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, for me, it's just, well, it can show that I don't look after things as well, but that's not the case here. Well, I guess it kind of is the case. I did want to read this section though. I read this yesterday, and like, I got my notebook from Pop, and it's super cool. I love it. And every day I was nearly going to start writing down maybe like a quote or something along the lines that I could reference here just from reading my book. I'll read this part. I don't know why, but I really liked this. It's, how is a failure or apparent failure set you up for later success? Do you have a favorite failure of yours? And the person is Turia Pitt. She was an ex-model, fitness junkie, and successful mining engineer when she got caught in a freak firestorm while competing in a 100 kilometre ultra marathon in Western Australia. She got choppered out, and she had burns to 64% of her body, but she came back bigger and better than ever. And so this was her answer to the question. She says, I've had plenty of fuck-ups throughout my life, almost too many to count. I've owed the tax office a gigantic sum of money. Yes, it's been paid now. I blew $10,000 on speech coaching and later realised I didn't need it. I've flown to conferences while I was presenting, only to realise that I flew to the wrong city. I've gotten extremely drunk at an awards night and made an idiot of myself. None of these failures have set me up for success, but they have taught me that it's okay to make a mistake. Because you know what? The earth doesn't stop spinning just because you made a mistake. In fact, mistakes are more useful than success in life. I've never learned anything from making a success happen. It's almost too easy. Mistakes, on the other hand, point out your fallibility. I've never had to say that word out loud. I'm going to say it's fallibility. And more important, you can learn and improve from them. Now that, I don't know why, but that resonated pretty big in me because all I've done in life is fuck things up. I fuck up everything, made so many mistakes, like more mistakes than I could ever think of, like, or count. And it's just the attitude of, you know what, I'm just going to learn from this mistake and I'm just going to keep going. Like, I'm not going to, like she said, the world doesn't stop spinning from making a mistake. And then, you know, we're fucking human. Like, mistakes are what we do. Mistakes are how I learn. My best practice is, I don't know if it's best practice, but what I do is I like to fail as hard and as fast as I can, so that way I can stop being such a fuck up. Because you just learn, like, you've just got to be in the mindset to learn. I know lots of people just get discouraged, but that's, you know, I think it's that perseverance to push through it, and that's like, that gets you so much further than you ever thought so much further than you thought you ever could. I just wanted to read that. It was really cool. Now, what is one thing in my life that I have been neglecting, and what am I going to do about it, or how can I rectify it? You know what? I've got this fucking llama here, and I just locked eyes with it, and it just weirded me out. I don't know as to what I've been neglecting a lot lately. Oh, actually, it's sleep. I've had about 5 hours worth of sleep the last couple of nights, mainly because my body just wakes me up after 5 hours. And who am I to say no to my body? So potentially, if I could get to bed earlier, I think that'd be good. Or the other way I can work it is, I've been getting, like, every time I wake up, I am warm. Now, that might not sound like much, but when I sleep during the day, I'm generally pretty, like, I have the aircon on 18 degrees and it is an icebox in there, and it's how I sleep through the day. So something that I could probably do is either A, go to bed earlier, or B, sleep with the aircon on. But look, I have to get up early tomorrow morning, so it might just be going to bed early for tonight. You know, I've got to go drive down to Brisbane, and potentially go for a run. We'll see. And I think that's it. I think that's everything for this morning. I'm going to go play some guitar because I've got 20 minutes before I have to go. Yeah, about 20 minutes. So I will talk to you later. Oh, hurrah. So it is 17 past 6. Still the same day. I'm not even going to try and guess the date. I think it's like the 28th. Must be the last day of the month. Yeah, look, so went to the gym. So we managed to get there 20 minutes before our session, so we did some deadlifts. I'm a weak little bitch, and I can't deadlift that much. Not anymore anyways. I was really I'm just trying to watch my form more than anything. So we started at 10 kilos, and then we went up to 15, and then we went 20. And then honestly, I think I stopped at 20 kilos each side. That's still 60 kilos. I'm okay with that. And I think I was just doing like 10 reps or something. I was mainly just trying to, keep my shoulders pulled back as best as I could. And then we did I had a pretty productive pool day. It was good because I told my little brother that I like doing volume, because volume it's just easier, there's less risk. So we did a lot more volume stuff today. And even, learned learned some new things about some of the machines. Like, I didn't realize that for the this motherfucker. That it'd be the free weight row machine. It always felt really weird, and it always felt really weird, and I felt like I was being pulled forward. I didn't realize that there was like a little kid's footrest. And it wasn't just the one big boy's footrest. So when I realized that, it made the exercise so much easier. So much easier. So that was pretty awesome, really. So yeah, honestly, did learn, that's something that I learned today at the gym, that exists. Now, what else was there? So we had a really good session. We ran I ran for about 15 minutes or something. Now, in that time, I'm only going to log that I did 1.5 Ks, mainly because my phone was slipping at the start. So then instead of just catching the phone, when I caught the phone, I also hit the emergency stop, and it just fucking threw me off, because I try and not watch to see how far I've run. I look down periodically here or there, but I don't sit there and just count it, because that would drive me insane. So when I did that, it would have been at the 7-minute mark, and I knew I was over 500, but I didn't know how far over I was. So yeah, that happened. And then I just, I turned the machine back on, got back on my horse, and we just did 15 minutes. So then, yeah, and then I ran a K when I turned it back on. So yeah, honestly, so I'm fine with just logging 1.5 Ks. That's okay. I was thinking about going for another jog tonight, but I am destroyed. Well, yeah, I'm really tired. And we're going to Brisbane early in the morning, which means I probably can't stay up super late tonight. So I decided, instead of bringing my tablet to Dungeons and Dragons like I normally would, I've decided to bring my laptop. Now, my laptop, I can still access the same interface, the same website, as what I would usually do with my tablet, but I can do other things now, like work on my coding. So yeah. But look, I'm going into town a bit early because I need to fuel up, and I've got a NutriBullet that I bought when I was in WA. That's 3 years ago. But it's sitting in the garage, I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. It's just sitting in the garage. I think I've maybe used it once. And I've got a kilo's worth of spinach to eat. So, I thought the NutriBullet would definitely help blend it up. So for all my shakes from now on, I'm just gonna put some spinach in, and it will help me down everything. So that is the dealio. So yeah, go home, pick up my NutriBullet, and then put some fuel in the car, go to Dungeons and Dragons. But I left so early that I might even have enough time to spend a bit of time with my family before that happens. Anyways, just thought I'd give. I like doing these little updates. Oh fuck! I still need to go see the flight center lady. Might do that tomorrow. Actually, no, I'm in Brisbane tomorrow. I'll come up with a plan. Might even just swing her an email. Might be easier that way. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Oh, I did forget to mention. I don't know why. I literally just turned it off and then turned it back on. I did manage to read some of my book. I think I spent like 20 minutes or so, and then I managed to play some more guitar. I only did like 18 minutes or something. Like I decided I like to switch between my guitars, between my big one and my small one. The small one, I don't know if it was me or the guitar, but it was not giving the same kind of tones as what my big one was, unfortunately. So it was very off-putting, and I thought I sounded terrible, but I kept going anyway. I was working on like a lot of rhythm stuff today. Rhythm, and I tried, there's a song called Think I'm in Love with You. I think that's the name of the song, by Chris Stapleton. And, oh no, sorry, that's a different song. All right, so did I just run out of space on my SD card or on my internal storage? Yes, I did. So did I just get cut off mid-video? Yes, I did. So anyways, like I was saying, it's a song called Starting Over by Chris Stapleton. So it's got a really groovy tune to it. Yeah, it's got a really groovy tune, and the chords are pretty simple. What makes it difficult is the way in which you play two of the chords, because I don't usually use like the way that I position my fingers and the way in which so at the start of the song, it's like you have to hammer on with using your pointer finger. Now, historically, I've used my pointer finger to help position things. So, like in like my main chords. So then I've been having to train my pinky to sit on a different string than what it would usually, and then train my other fingers to sit in different positions as well, because I'm just not used to it. Like not used to the way that the song. So there was practicing that, which felt super awkward. The little tip that I learned from YouTube though, about putting your fingers closer to the fretboard or closer to the frets, so that way you don't have to push down as hard. I found that has been amazing. So much easier to get the shapes and the shapes and whatnot. So yeah, really, really happy that I discovered that on YouTube. But yeah, so I did that, and then I was switching to She Got the Best of Me by Luke Combs, because I still struggle with the strumming pattern for it. And even the second half of the song, like the second half of the strumming pattern, I'm not really happy with it, because in my head it just doesn't sound right. But then that comes down to timing and meshing things in. So I've got to work on it. I'll figure it out. Besides all of that, God, I can't even think about what else there was. Yeah, I read my book and played some guitar, and I don't think I decided to eat anything because, well, realistically, I've eaten enough shit. But I did bring some beef jerky for tonight to snack on. Now, I'm going to assume that lunch would have been 1,500 calories at least, probably closer to 2,000. It was fucking delicious. But like, it was not the healthiest thing. Well, like there were some healthy components, don't get me wrong. So I'm just trying to be sensible, be reasonable, and I'll see I'll see how I'm looking with the rest of my protein intake for the day. Anyways, I'm gonna keep driving home, and I think that's it. We'll see how we go. Hello. So it is. Oh, what time is it? 11:21 on the 28th of February, last day of February. Look, overall, I think it's been a pretty good day. Had a great session in the gym. Managed to do a little bit of a run at the gym. I did my reading. I did my guitar. Pretty productive, really. And then, I went and grabbed some 3D printed jigs for one of my old bosses. And I went and picked up my NutriBullet so I can try and eat the ridiculous 1 kilo of spinach that I've got. Yeah. Look, I'll get into the mindfulness post. What did I learn today? I learned that I am capable of doing bent over rows without being in pain. That's pretty good. I learned that. No real quotes from the book today. I also learned that I can do a deadlift without hurting myself, so that's positive. Now, for both bent over rows and deadlifts, I have not done those in years, literally years. I also learned today that there's a Hello Kitty electric guitar. And I came so close to buying it just as like a gag. Like I just thought it'd be funny, like. But and honestly, it still crosses my mind now. But I think maybe if I'm going to buy a guitar, I should put my money towards something better. Well, more of an investment and not so much. Like $800 is a lot just on like a stupid, like just on a gag. Yeah. So then, what positive things happened today? Look, I just went over a bunch of things, like the fact that I did all of those things today. It was just like for me super positive. Getting into the emergency response team, super awesome. Like super stoked about that. And even just playing Dungeons and Dragons. Usually I'm a bit disconnected and unfocused when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm there, but I'm not really there. But today, it was just different. Like I could have done some Chat GPT work, but I just didn't. I brought my laptop, but I didn't actually end up doing any work. Probably not a bad thing, realistically. Shows that I was actually present for once. And then look, I got to train with my little brother today, and that's always really good. I mean, now the only issue is that I've realised that one of my goals was to train 50 times with him this year, and I haven't been keeping track. I think I'm nearly at 10, but I'll have to ask him to check his bookings, perhaps. Or fuck, maybe I should go back and check my bookings. I'll figure something out. Besides that, I started learning some new songs on guitar. I'm still trying to learn some new strumming patterns. God, I'm really happy that I decided like my best guitar, or like my biggest guitar. It's also my oldest guitar, but it sounds the best, and I'm really glad that I never really super abused it, even when I wasn't at home, because it's just such a great guitar. Oh, look, and then in the self-reflection and notes, so I added up all my times, and I've done 9.38 hours of reading. I've played guitar for 11.19 hours. Lifting weights, I'm at 32.17 hours. And running, I'm at 41.23 kilometers. That's fucking awesome. Like, I'm so close to a couple. So, like, realistically, I should be rank 1 in reading in the next 2 days. I'll be maybe rank 1 in running in the next 3 days or so, 3-4 days, probably 4 days. And then I've got a while before the next milestone when it comes to gym work, but that's okay. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there really slowly. We're making lots of progress, and it feels really good. Look, I've got an early start in the morning. I've got to be up at 6 because me and my friend are going to leave Toowoomba at 7 to get down to Brisbane just after 9 so he can go pick his car up. I may or may not then drive to a guitar shop to buy a guitar. I do want an electric guitar. At the same time, whatever I could do on more, like whatever I want to do on my electric, I could also just do on the acoustic. So, like, do I need it? No, I don't think so. Like, it is different to learn on, and it's probably the right way to learn it, but maybe for a while longer, I might just keep doing it on the acoustic. Yeah. And besides that, I'm just gonna, since I did so much today, like I haven't really slept much in the last couple of days, so I might just, watch some anime and go to sleep now. Because that's something that I've been neglecting. Oh, I fucking didn't take my fiber today. Fuck. But that's okay. I'll sort that out tomorrow. That can be tomorrow's thing. One of the key focus points. Um, Anyways, I'm gonna get some sleep. Great day, productive day. Tomorrow is my little brother's birthday, so I've got to make sure I give him a ring in the morning, and then I've already gotten him 2 presents already, so yeah, I think he's got enough for now. And then, like, I don't really buy people gifts. Like, gifting is just not what I do. I generally just buy things that people need. And then for me, quality time is the most important thing. So I'm really looking forward to spending time with my brother and my sister for dinner tomorrow. That'll be really nice. Anyways, I'll see how I go about getting. Actually, no, I could film myself in the morning because I can film myself while I'm driving to go pick my friend up. But yeah, I'm gonna eat a peanut butter cup and go to bed. Just remember that you're enough. You've got this. Go crush some goals. Go kick some ass, and we'll see you tomorrow.